Dovetail Games next, and here they were showcasing the newly released and still in early access Flight Sim World, showing off their updated weather effects and new textures. The seminar they had was more focused on opening up to the community and trying to break down some of the rumours and stick that the company has had as a whole. We now have Aimee Sanjari with the simulator itself.
Thank you very much for doing this, Aimee.
No problem.
So, how did the release of Flight Sim World change the scope of flight simulation, and where do you hope it ends up in the future?
It was Flight Sim World, kind of following on from Flight School. It's about bringing Flight Sim back. You know, in the mid 2000s, when FSX came out, Flight Sim was very much kind of front and center in the gaming world, and what we're doing with Flight Sim World is to kind of bring it to more people, because there are a lot of people out there who definitely enjoy, have a passion for aviation, have a passion for simulation, but it's kind of retreated into a bit of a niche, and we're just trying to provide more visibility for it, really, kind of bringing everything up to date, 64-bit, PBR, that kind of thing.
So, Flight Sim World recently implemented TrueSky 4.1 into the simulator, which has completely changed how the sky works, how clouds works, and all that in the simulator. However, the recent 4.2 update also includes new features such as 3D layering of clouds and 2D high altitude layout. So, how does the TrueSky work in the simulator, and will we be seeing that update in the near future as well?
So, I'm a brand manager, so I can't really talk at length about how TrueSky actually works in the sim on a technical level. However, we do have a really good relationship with the guys at Simul, and we are working with them kind of moving forward, so it's not just something we've plonked in the sim and we're walking away from, so we'll definitely be working together to evolve TrueSky along with FSW.
So, will this also led to go into a real-world weather option as well within the Flight Sim world, as opposed to the standard presets we already have?
Yeah, so a lot of people have been asking about it, real-world weather. At the moment, we're kind of focusing on optimizing what we have at the moment, because obviously FSW is in early access. So, we definitely hear it, and real-world weather is definitely something we'd like to have.
So, one question that a lot of people have been also asking about Flight Sim World is, when will we realistically use like jet airlines in the simulator that we can fly, or even like an AI jet just to liven the simulator up a bit?
Alright, so AI is something that we are kind of currently working on at the moment. In terms of jets, that's really more down to third-party developers. I mean, it's taken quite a long time to get the aircraft into the level of detail that we have already in the sim. If you take a look at the aircraft in FSW, they're absolutely gorgeous. I mean, obviously jets are a bit more complex, so it's going to take a bit more time to kind of get them up to that level. So it's definitely something that's in discussion. It's something that, we're definitely thinking about, but I can't put a date on it.
And how about rotorcraft for the helicopter fans out there? Will there be any specific dynamics and models to play with for that?
To be completely honest, we haven't even started thinking about helicopters yet. I mean, we've been quite active in kind of talking to the community and kind of compiling a wish list. It's definitely on there, but it's not something we've gotten to kind of looking at yet in detail.
So another question people have also been asking is, are there any improvements in line for the world scenery and lighting for both environments and aircraft within the simulator?
Yeah, so lighting is something especially, actually, we've been working on. Update 13 saw some quite dramatic updates to PBR and the way the kind of light reflects off it and the way the world is lit. So yeah, that's something that's being worked on currently.
So are there any major add-ons currently in the works for Flight Sim Worlds that could be releasing either the rest of this year or next year?
Yes, Steve Hood is doing a really awesome presentation on that. We're going to be mentioning an add-on which is coming out, so that'll be later today. I can't spoil the surprise.
Fair enough. So one other thing is, will we ever see sloped runways and accurate airport elevation data? Airports such as Lukla and Courchevel do lose their iconic nature because of it.
Yeah, so again, it's something that's on a lot of people's wish lists. We haven't started investigating that just because we're so focused on kind of the environment at the moment, the sky, and also we're in the process of developing the SDK, so a lot of our resources are going towards that at the moment.
So yeah, also leads on to the next question. So the airport's database itself is now 16 years old and very much out of date. So smaller airports such as Rzeszów or San Diego are now very out of date, and likewise Mixed Field and the original Hong Kong airport are also still open. Will we be seeing any updates to the simulator database?
So we actually have updated quite a lot of the nav data in FSW. So North America, South America, and a lot of Western Europe has been updated to 2015. So you don't have the old data for that.
And how about optimization within the simulator? People have reported a lot of inconsistent loading times, and especially systems using Ryzen processors also have lots of poor optimization and frame drop issues within that.
So being in early access, optimization is something that we are constantly working on with every update. So we're working with individuals within the community. We encourage people, if they do experience poor frame rates, that kind of thing, to contact us so we can kind of try and figure out what's going on and help solve the problem.
So do you have any updates on the simulator's SDK and when it will release? Likewise, there have also been a lot of talk about it not actually being publicly released and only open for developers. Is this true?
No, it's not. So we are working on an SDK which will be released to the public. As to when it's done, I mean, it's software development, I can't put a date on that, but it is being worked on.
And last question, will we be seeing a roadmap released from Dovetail Games in the near future? One thing nobody knows about is what kind of timescale you guys are working on, and something the community would like to know. Likewise, there is this one floating around. It's definitely a joke, but quite an interesting one at that.
Alright, so the thing about early access is that we are constantly responding to feedback from the community, and we're trying to align our updates to kind of reflect what people want the most. So it's quite hard to do a long-term roadmap, kind of when we're constantly kind of balancing all these things. In Steve's presentation later today, he's going to talk a bit more about the roadmap and about what you can expect from FSW. And yeah, lots of exciting things ahead.
Thank you very much.
Oh, sorry.